How's it going, everyone? It's time once again for my weekly watch list. Basically, what this is, my favorite setups for the upcoming week and how I'm going to trade them. So let's get right to this. First up, ticker NQ. These are hourly zones, and you can trade QQQ options based off these if you prefer that over futures. So here's our current supply zone. You can see it starts here. The bottom 21,799, top 21,862. Watching this for a possible reject, okay, for some shorts. Not interested in the initial touch. Let's wait on confirmation. If it breaks above, look for the pullback and retest for a possible long, okay? But until it breaks, we look for shorts. Possible bounce area here, we have hourly demand right around this 27.92 down to 27.25. Gonna watch this area closely. I like it. See if we can get a second bounce there. We had some nice price action here last time we touched, as you can see. So I'm going to be looking for a bounce. And again, if we break below, we will watch for the possible retest for shorts. So ideally, we catch a bounce in this demand. Ideally, we catch a reject in the supply, but not all zones will confirm. They could break through, and that's when we, switch sides and look for the retest. Up next is ticker ES. Stick around to the end. I have a possible swing trade I'm eyeing for this coming week. I want to share that with you all. Hourly supply here. Here's the bottom, as you can see. And here's the top of the zone. And watch this for a possible reject, break above retest, just like we talked about in NQ for possible longs. But right now, this is current supply. And here's current demand. A little bigger than I like my ES zones when trading them. But I'm going to watch this for a possible bounce. Not interested in entering anywhere inside this zone. I want to see us come down, test this area. I'm not interested in entering anywhere inside this zone. I want to see us come back out of it, get that 5-minute close, make sure we're not near any big news events, and possibly look for a long entry there. Up next, ticker SPY. You can trade ES or options based off this, based off these levels / zones. So let's talk about what we see here. So basically what I'm looking for is a bounce in this area. We have a gap there. I'll see if we pull back, looking for the possible bounce. This gap fill level. If it falls through it, oh well, but I will be watching this area for a possible call entry or ES long. And if something happens, we get some, really good strength this week. I know this zone's quite a ways off, but in this market, who knows? We could get there in a day. I doubt we do, but it's possible with this market. Anyways, looking for a possible reject up here, just hourly. You can see this level on the daily as well, but it's hourly zone I'm watching. And someone asked me, I know it's been a while since I talked about options, and I want to make an effort to include more about them during my videos. So if I was to trade, let's say if I was looking for a bounce here, right? So we come down, and if you trade same day expiration, that's a personal choice. Same day, tends to hold more risk. So just so that's clear. But anyways, let's come down, test this. Once we get confirmation, if I was going to pick a strike price, it would be at the money strikes. That's just what I prefer when day trading them. It has been a minute since I've day traded them, but you want that nice delta, right? You don't want to be trading contracts with a, you don't want to be day trading contracts with a 0.10 delta, right? Ideally 30 or above would be what I look for. Swing trades where you have time, you might get away with it. It's not something you want to play around with while day trading. Up next, ticker QQQ. Very similar to the SPY setup, which watching we have this gap. We can watch for a possible bounce for NQ longs or QQQ calls. And we can watch the supply for a possible reject for QQQ puts or NQ shorts. The setups this week do not look bad, right? Keep in mind, I create fresh levels every morning on Instagram because these will, we'll take these, we'll make a trade. These will go away. And you'll be like, okay, what else do I have left to trade from this watch list? I just want to point out I do make fresh levels, fresh game plan every morning on Instagram Live. So be sure you tune in for that. It starts around 8 a.m. Eastern time. Up next is a swing trade I talked about. It's on ticker WMT, Walmart. If you know, you know. Basically looking for a daily close above that 100.2 for a possible call swing. I like to go 1 month out expiration, and I'll probably trade at the money strikes. We have room back up to that 105 area. Above that, I believe we see 110. That 110 is my price target on this. But I will trim here at this 105.2 once we hit that. trim half my position, move my stops up to my entry. That way, if I do stop out, it's a winning trade regardless. And this could be a day trade as well. Don't wait on the daily close for the day trade. We can look at the 5-minute time frame. If we get above that 100.2, we do have a gap to fill. So it's worth watching for a day trade as well. And I want to say this for those that are still around. If you want to try trading funded accounts, you're looking for a company, check out Take Profit Trader. I'll leave a link in the description. Use code Grizzly. Well, I like them for my followers. Once you pass the evals, you can reach a payout from day one if you meet the profit goal. Kind of makes it easier than having a certain amount of days you have to trade before reaching a payout. And there's no activation fees on the funded accounts. You pay for the evals once you pass. There's no activation fees, and you can reach payouts from day one. That makes sense. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. And yes, I will be trading live on here this week. I need everyone to tune into that. I had 2 massive trades last week on here. The videos are posted. You can watch. And it was during the live. I don't think we had any losers last week on live, if I remember correctly. So 2-0, solid week. 2 trades a week like that can definitely change someone's life if done consistently and if we manage the risk right. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. The best place to reach me is on Instagram. You can find the link to all my socials at grizzlytrades.com. Appreciate you all for being here, and I will see you next time.